Stop blaming the pavement for your knee pain, because the real culprit is hiding right under your skin. We often see heated arguments erupting across TikTok and Facebook threads where one side screams that running is a one-way ticket to knee surgery, while the other insists it is the ultimate fountain of youth. You have likely scrolled past comments where someone claims their joints were destroyed after just a month of training, while others post photos of their marathons with the caption, "No pain, no gain."
This digital tug-of-war creates a massive wave of confusion, leaving you wondering if you should hang up your shoes for good. But let us look at the logic behind the ache together.
Are you truly weak? Or is your body simply crying out because it is being forced to work in ways it was not prepared for?
Most people assume their bones are failing them, but the reality is that your kneecaps are absorbing every ounce of impact because your glutes and quadriceps are essentially asleep on the job.
Instead of giving up, we need to realize that you are not fragile. You are just training incorrectly. Let us dig into the science of why your foundation is crumbling and how we can fix the structural imbalances that are turning your morning jog into a painful ordeal. Imagine your knee joint as a silent partner that has finally decided to speak up, not with words, but with that unsettling click-clack sound every time your foot hits the pavement.
For a beginner, this sound is terrifying, echoing in your mind like a countdown to an inevitable injury.
You probably find yourself scrolling through community groups, reading comments where people say their knees sound like bubble wrap or dry autumn leaves, and you start to wonder if your running journey is over before it even truly began.
This fear is a heavy weight to carry. You might think your body is simply too weak for the sport, but let's look at what is actually happening beneath the skin.
That clicking is a distress signal from a structure under siege. When your gluteal and quadriceps muscles are not yet strong enough to support your stride, they essentially go on strike, forcing your kneecap to absorb every ounce of pressure alone. It is not that you are incapable, it is that your internal support system is currently out of balance, leaving you feeling vulnerable and contemplating the one thing we want to avoid, giving up on your passion.
Now, why is your body seemingly betraying you on the pavement? Most of us think the knee is the problem itself, but in the world of biomechanics, the knee is often just a victim of its neighbors. Think of your glutes and quadriceps as the primary shock absorbers of a high-performance vehicle. When you strike the ground, a force several times your body weight travels upward through your frame. If those powerhouse muscles are dormant or weak, they fail to dampen that impact effectively. This forces the kneecap, or the patella, to take the full brunt of every single stride you take.
It is like trying to stop a falling weight with a thin piece of wood instead of a heavy-duty spring. The friction increases, the alignment shifts, and that silent wear and tear begins to manifest as that sharp, nagging pain. You have probably seen the comment sections under popular running vlogs filled with people saying things like, "I guess I am just not built for this," or "My knees are simply too old for the road."
Many netizens even argue that running is inherently destructive to the joints. But let us look closer at the actual science. It is rarely about age or bad luck. Experts see a recurring pattern where the gluteal muscles are not firing, causing the knee to cave inward under pressure. This is a structural imbalance, not a permanent physical limitation.
When your quads are underdeveloped, they cannot stabilize the kneecap within its natural groove. Instead of gliding smoothly, it grinds.
We often see runners asking if they should just buy more expensive shoes, but the laboratory data suggests a different path. You need to recruit your posterior chain. By shifting the mechanical load back to where it belongs, which is the largest muscle groups in your body, you finally liberate your joints from that crushing pressure. It is a fascinating chain reaction, where the site of the pain is rarely where the true problem lies.
Think about it. We often hear seasoned runners saying that marathons are won in the miles you do not run, but rather in the stability you build quietly at home. You might be skeptical, perhaps even scrolling through social media threads where fellow runners are arguing that 10 minutes a day is just a drop in the ocean compared to a high-mileage week. I have seen comments where people ask how a simple wall sit could possibly fix years of grinding pain.
But here is the professional veteran perspective. Running is not just about your heart and lungs, it is a complex structural challenge. When your glutes and quadriceps are weak, your kneecap is forced to become the primary shock absorber for every single stride you take. It is like trying to drive a high-performance car with a broken suspension system.
Those 10 minutes are not just filler. They represent the fundamental mechanical maintenance that shifts the heavy load back to your power muscles where it belongs.
We often doubt these small steps because we are conditioned to believe that more intensity is always better. Yet any marathoner will tell you that precision beats volume every single time. These movements, like the single-leg deadlift or clamshells, are the invisible threads holding your entire performance together.
Do not let the simplicity fool you. Choosing consistency over intensity in your recovery is the true secret to longevity on the road. Let's dive straight into the first pillar of our recovery journey, the wall sit. You might look at this and think it is far too simple to be effective, but as a physical therapist, I often call this the invisible shield for your joints.
Many runners in our community have been commenting lately, with one person saying, "My knees feel like they are made of glass the moment I hit the 3-mile mark," and another asking if they are just not built for running. The reality is that your quadriceps are supposed to act as your body's primary shock absorbers. When these muscles lack endurance, that impact has nowhere to go but directly into your kneecap.
By holding a wall sit for just 30 seconds, you are utilizing an isometric contraction that builds intense strength without the abrasive grinding of repetitive movement.
It is about teaching your muscles to stabilize the patella under pressure. I saw a netizen joke that 30 seconds of a wall sit feels longer than a whole marathon, and they are right, because your fibers are finally doing the heavy lifting they have been avoiding. We are not just sitting against a wall, we are recalibrating your legs to protect your joints with every future stride.
Now that your quadriceps are primed, let's move into a movement that acts as a mirror for your body's hidden weaknesses, the single-leg deadlift.
You might be wondering why we are shifting our focus so heavily toward balance when running seems like a forward motion sport. Well, have you ever scrolled through running forums and seen countless athletes complaining about one knee wearing out significantly faster than the other?
A common sentiment among the community is the deep frustration of feeling uncoordinated or shaky during a downhill stretch. This isn't just a lack of focus, it is a clear sign of a muscle power gap. When you perform the single-leg deadlift, you are essentially forcing your gluteal muscles and core to enter a high-stakes negotiation for stability. It is truly fascinating how this single movement can reveal exactly where your mechanics are failing.
By isolating each leg, you stop your dominant side from overcompensating, which is usually the root cause of that sharp, nagging pressure on your kneecap.
We are talking about teaching your body to land with precision rather than brute force. Think of it as recalibrating your internal compass to ensure every stride is perfectly symmetrical, protecting your joints for the long haul.
Now we transition to our third and final secret weapon, clamshells. You might be wondering why such a small, subtle movement is so critical for a high-impact activity like running. Let us look at a common sentiment shared by many in the running community. I often see comments like, "This looks like a simple floor exercise. How can it possibly fix my sharp knee pain during a long run?" It is a great question. The reality is, while it looks deceptively easy, clamshells specifically target the gluteus medius, the muscle responsible for hip stability.
If this muscle is asleep, your knee is forced to cave inward with every step, creating immense pressure on the kneecap. To perform this correctly, lie on your side with your knees bent at a 45-degree angle. Keeping your feet together, slowly lift your top knee. Imagine your legs are a hinged shell opening up, but here is the key. Do not let your pelvis rock backward. You should feel a deep burn in your side glute.
We are effectively waking up the stabilizers that protect your joints. By mastering this activation, you are no longer just running with your legs, you are running with a supported, stable foundation that prevents injury before it even starts. We often see netizens flooding the comments section with a sense of defeat, with one common remark being, "I guess my body just wasn't built for this," or maybe running is only for the naturally gifted.
But let us look at this through a different lens.
A psychologist would tell you that the urge to quit is often a defense mechanism against the frustration of persistent pain, not a reflection of your physical limits. You are not inherently weak. You are simply navigating a mechanical misalignment that has been mislabeled as a lack of ability.
Think about the perspective of a seasoned fitness coach regarding the infamous leg day. They would point out that your knee is actually the victim of a power struggle between your gluteal muscles and your quadriceps. When these primary stabilizers are underactive, the pressure has nowhere to go but directly into your kneecap.
It is a chain reaction where the largest muscles in your body are essentially sleeping on the job, leaving your joints to do the heavy lifting.
Meanwhile, equipment experts often see runners searching for a magic solution in a new pair of expensive shoes.
You might see a forum post saying, "I spent $300 on the latest tech and my knees still ache." The reality is that while a good shoe provides a platform, it cannot replace the structural integrity of your own anatomy. No amount of cushioning can compensate for a lack of foundational strength. By shifting your mindset from buying a fix to building a foundation through those free supplementary exercises, you are reclaiming control. 10 minutes of wall sits and clamshells might seem simple, but they are the architectural reinforcements that allow your body to endure the long journey ahead without breaking down.
Let us stop blaming our gear or our genetics and start focusing on the internal support system that makes every stride sustainable.
So we have just mastered those 3 essential exercises, but let us step back and look at the bigger picture, because we often forget that running is not just about the pace on your watch today. It is about where your legs will take you years from now.
I know many of you feel incredibly frustrated right now.
I have seen so many netizens commenting things like, "My knees are completely toast. I guess I am just not built for this." Or maybe it is time to hang up the shoes for good. But let us challenge that thought together. Is it really that your body is failing you? Or is it just a loud signal that your foundation needs a bit more love? Think of your running journey as a lifelong odyssey rather than a quick fix. When knee pain hits, it is not a stop sign. It is a detour leading you toward a stronger version of yourself.
If we give up now, we lose that incredible sense of freedom that only a good run can provide. Do not let a temporary injury become the end of your story.
You are not weak. You are simply recalibrating your strength. To help you stay on track and keep those glutes and quads firing correctly, I want to give you a hand.
Just comment the word "run" right below, and I will send over my comprehensive stretching materials for free. Let us keep moving forward together, because this journey is far from over.